I've lost 62.5 pounds and I've kept it off for 6+ years now. What's the secret to keeping the weight off? It's learning the truth around big food. Let's dive in. So, I just want to talk about the big food corporations today. I want to talk about the entire overall picture. In a sense, what I want to do today is I want to look at the 40,000-foot view of this entire thing and give you a little bit of an overall insight on why it's so important to begin choosing foods with minimal ingredients, better yet, foods with one ingredient. And also, why it's so important for you to begin turning things over and looking at the ingredients that are on boxes, packages. In general, I'm just going to simply encourage you things that are boxed and packaged, minimize the purchase of those. Okay? Because you have no clue, and you'll have a much better clue after you've watched this video, but you have no clue how deep this stuff goes. First of all, I'm just going to say pay attention to how they're marketing to you on the front. Pay attention to all the things that they're selling you on the front. Look at it. Be suspicious with it. Then turn it over and ask yourself, are you comfortable with putting this in your body? As you look at the ingredients, as you ask yourself, do you understand half of these things? Also, as you're, looking at the ingredients and you see some of these so-called vitamins in there, iron, whatever it is, realizing that those are literally synthetic and pretty much useless to your body. And then again, asking yourself, are you comfortable with bringing that into your home and putting that into your body? All right. So anyhow, here's a recent discovery that I made. All right, I know these big food corporations. I already know that they don't have our best interests in mind. I already know that it's not about health for them. They're going to try to sell you that something is healthy when in reality, it's really not when you really look at it. That's why it's important to always turn the freaking thing over. All right. But it actually goes much, much, much deeper than that. And here's what I want to say. The food industry, the processed food industry, was created. Are you ready for this? It was created by the cigarette companies. I want to give you a moment to let that sink in. It was created by the cigarette companies. Interesting, huh? Right? Some of you might remember the slogan that had to do with chips, bags of chips, and certain bags of chips and stuff. Bet you just can't eat just one. Where did that come from? And what message are they really trying to seed out there in the public by using that message? Interesting question, right? What's the actual underlying message they're trying to seed by bet you just can't eat one? On the surface, it might just seem like something that's very innocent and just, creative play on words and, just something that's just light and funny. But I am going to tell you, there is something much deeper to that. There is a seeded message in there. I'm going to take it a step further. So, these big food companies, which were created by the cigarette companies, right? Tucker Carlson actually did interviewed this couple on his show a few weeks ago. Maybe it was a month or two ago. Not sure. But it was a 2-hour interview. And they actually talked about this. The big processed food companies were created by the cigarette companies. The cigarette companies are the umbrella companies of these big food companies. But here's the deeper part. These big food companies spend millions and also sometimes billions with a B of dollars in top of the line scientific research to put the perfect and right amount of ingredients in their food to bring you to that bliss point. A lot of these ingredients are processed sugars, industrial seed oils, bioengineered ingredients, genetically modified ingredients. The list goes on and on and on. To come up with the a particular specific formula to bring you to a perfect bliss point, not below, not beyond, just that perfect bliss point. Enough to hook you in and to create addictions, food addictions, right? Here's what happens on a neurological basis. Here's what happens. Keeping it real basic here, though, because I'm not really one for technical terms and everything like that. I try to stay as simplistic as possible because I'm pretty much kind of like that. A lot of times when I'm reading something and there's a lot of terminology in there that I'm just like, good Lord, what the heck is this? I'm sitting there going, can I get the English version of this, please? So I'm going to try to keep this very simple. Neurologically, what happens when you consume these foods is you begin to form new neural pathways that then begin to change your taste buds. They begin to change your cravings. They begin to change what you are desiring, what you think about in regards to food. All of that begins to change as you consume their foods. Eventually, you develop snacking issues. Eventually, you develop unhealthy food addictions. Eventually, you develop hunger issues. Eventually, you developed an addiction to sugar. Eventually, you develop um, weight gain. And eventually, you become overweight or obese. And then eventually, you start encountering health issues. And then you go back into the system to solve a problem that they created themselves. Are you putting the pieces of the puzzle together here? So now you're going to go on a diet. Now you're going to use their system and their food to go on a diet and whatever, and all of that. And the whole thing is one big profit making system. They are going to make you just sick enough to be able to profit off of you. But back to the scientific research, this is what they've done to these foods. And mind you, this isn't real food. You guys, this is bioengineered ingredients, genetically modified ingredients, heavily processed sugar, and then you've got the industrial seed oils in there. It's a recipe for disaster. And some of you watching this video have had hunger issues, have had snacking issues, have had sugar issues, right? These issues, the root cause of them are these foods that these companies created for that specific purpose, to create those issues in you. Why? Because it keeps you coming back for more. It's hooked you in. That's why it's so important for you to realize the overall spectrum of this matrix food system that's out there. And that's why it's so important for you to then start switching your buying habits to foods with minimal ingredients or foods with one ingredient. What's an example of a food with one ingredient? A real simple example is a grass-fed bone-in ribeye steak. What are the ingredients in that? One, meat. Plain and simple, right? That's what it's about. So if you want to start steering away from that system, if you want to lose weight and being able to sustain it and keep it off like I have been able to, you are going to have to start steering out of that system, because that system is not designed for your health. That system is designed to create the addictions and to hook you in. Now, last thing that I'm going to say here, if you want to find out more about the industry lies, the food industry lies, you want to find out more about how they use deceptive marketing to make you think you're buying something healthy. Oh, yes, they do. If you want to dive deep into all of that and finally conquer the hunger issues, the snacking issues, the sugar addictions, the losing, gaining, losing, gaining, losing, gain, never being able to keep the weight off. If you want to conquer all that and you want to find out the real truth, because that's what I stand for, that's what I do, then I'm going to encourage you to join my mini boot camp that I have running right now. The link is in the description below. You can easily find it. You guys, this boot camp is only $75. All right. If $75 for you is a sizable investment, I think you need to prioritize some stuff because $75 should not be something that's a huge investment for you. You've got everything to gain in a good way. And the only thing you have to lose is pounds, is weight. And that's a good thing to lose for sure. So I'm going to encourage you, join my boot camp. Take that step. Join my boot camp. If you're not ready yet to join my boot camp because you've got some questions, then also in the description below is a link to book a free appointment with me. So I get a chance to get to know you and answer your questions. And, you get a chance to get to know me a little bit more. But yeah, it's only $75. And I promise you, you will come out the other end of that boot camp so empowered. You're going to be like one of my clients that recently went through the boot camp. She said to me at the end there, now I'm excited to go to the grocery store. I mean, who says that? I don't even say that. And I know all the things, but I hate going to the grocery store. But she felt empowered enough because I gave the power back to her that the food industry had taken from her. And she felt empowered enough to be able to have confidence to go to the grocery store and know and see and not buy into the marketing anymore. And that's what I want to help people with, is being empowered to make better choices and to know why, know the real reasons why, not just the surface level, because it's healthier, which it is. But I go far beyond that and give you the real deep reasons why. All right. So with that, and also you guys don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my YouTube page. So, I mean, if you like this video, let me know in the comments. Any aha moments, let me know in the comments. I would love to hear from you. And don't forget to subscribe. All right, you guys, have a great rest of your day or evening, depending on where you are in the world and what time you are listening. And I will talk to you on the next video.